So now we've short-sighted ourselves in this collection area. It's very, very wet. Getting up and down from here, or at least minimizing the damage, is crucial. Most of the single-digit handicappers and elite golfers are going to grab their most lofted wedge. In my case, I've got a 62. Now I'm going to have to sit here and find the bounce. So what I'm doing is I'm testing the ground to see how the club is bouncing through. Is it digging? And there is a lot of water. It is very wet. Is it digging through this? And I think I've kind of found the angle where it's going to bounce. And so when you see golfers up testing and doing a bunch of practice shots, yeah, they're relieving tension, but also what they're trying to do is find out variables of shaft lean, face condition, what they're going to have to do to get the desired outcome. So when I'm doing this shot right now, I'm practicing. I'm looking at the bounce. How's the club interacting with the ground? Is it bouncing? Is it digging? Do I need to add shaft lean? Do I need to take a little out? Do I need to open the face? Do I need to increase or decrease the shaft lie angle? Let's see how we can pull this off. So I'm going to get my weight forward. I've got it bouncing just a little bit. Go here. And I'm going to turn and hit a shot up there. It was okay. I carried it right onto the front of the green, but it bounced past about 6 feet. The next shot we can try to play is with a lower lofted club. I've got a 7-iron. I can bounce it through that fringe area and take the fear out of having to hit a harder lob wedge with a potential digging. So let's get set up. And I think it's going to be about that hard. And bouncing on up. That was actually pretty good. That one finished about 6 inches away from the hole. Not bad. Not bad at all. Next club we can use. This is a 24-degree hybrid. This is going to have a similar effect, but what I want to demonstrate with this is how forgiving this club is. It's even more so than the 7-iron, and I can sit here and stroke it like a putt, and I just have to read how it's going to bounce through before it starts rolling. So, through. It gets up there, and then it's going to hit that slope and kick down. Okay, that finished, about 6 feet away, but it really minimizes the damage. It may not be as precise as using, say, a lob wedge, which is why most of the lowest handicap golfers are going to probably gravitate towards that. But here's the 5-wood. So again, similar. I just wanted to demonstrate this because, again, this is what I mainly use if I have to chip, because I carry the 5-wood. I don't usually carry a 24-degree hybrid in my bag. And bounce it up. And it's going to finish about the same distance as the lob wedge. So we've got 4 different shots, 4 different ways to play this. And the reason that I wanted to show the 5-wood is because this one is a 19-degree 5-wood. I wanted to show how forgiving this is when you're hitting these shots. And pretty bad spot. We've short-sighted ourselves. We've got very little pin to work with. We have a downslope, and we've got all of this rough and about 3 feet of fringe to play with. So most golfers are going to grab their highest lofted club. I'm going to grab my 62, and we're going to see what we can do with this shot. We're going to flop it on. I mean, I just wanted to pause the video and mention that all of these shots were done with one take. There's no trick photography or camera work. I did this because I wanted to show the different results from using various shot types from the same location. The reason I said this was a good shot is because I landed it in my target landing zone. When you're approaching all shots, you need to have a margin for error. There's approximately 10 feet of rough upsloping just prior to the green's edge. There's about 5 feet of downslope from the green's edge to the pin. And based off my strokes gain statistics, I'm more likely to make a 15-foot putt than an 8-foot chip that's downsloping out of the rough, just because I can predict the outcome much better with a putt. At my skill level, my target landing zone was at the pin to plus 5 feet past the pin. That gave me a 5-foot margin for error if I came up just a little short. So while I hit a good shot, meaning I had a good swing and good contact and hit the ball the way I wanted to, because I was hitting off of approximately a 6-degree downslope, which gave me a shallower landing angle, and the fact that the green slopes away from me, the ball ended up landing 5 feet past the pin, but rolled out to about 15 or 20 feet long. The reason that I like practicing from the same shot location, trying different shots, is because I can assess whether the degree of difficulty is worth the outcome. It was a good shot, but again, it's not the greatest result because now I've got about a 20-foot putt left to save my par. We could try a different type of shot. Let's try a driving shot and bounce it in. That was a little better. So that's probably the best shot to play, which is why I would never hit a flop shot on a downhill lie like this in tournament conditions unless I absolutely had to. But it can be done. Let's see. But what I want to illustrate is how forgiving this hybrid can actually be. So if you don't possess that skill set to be able to hit those flop shots or use those highest lofted wedge shots, when you're at a mid to especially a high handicap, score reduction is going to come from damage control. So pulling out this hybrid and hitting just a little chip and bumping it up through the rough up there could be a really good way to help save your strokes. And the ball will trickle up there, and it's about the same distance as the flop shot. So I hope that gives you at least something to think about, something to practice. Use these chip putts a lot in softer conditions if I'm ever concerned about how the club's going to interact. So when you're on the golf course, never hit a shot that you can't pull off 9 times out of 10 if you want to get your scores lowered. Practice them first. So if you come up with these shots around the golf course and you're tempted to try it like this particular one, go to the most conservative shot you know you can pull out and hit that, and then go to the practice range afterwards and experiment with different techniques and get yourself comfortable and confident with being able to pull out those higher skills level type of shots, like whether it's the flop or the high lofted open face driving shot. The like button, subscribe, and provide any feedback or comments.